Breaking news in Newport Beach, a homicide investigation at Fashion Island. Hello, I'm Ellen Leyva. We have confirmation perhaps that happened right there at that popular shopping mall. Let's go right to Orange County reporter David Gonzalez, who is there live. And David, what have you learned so far?
Hey, right now we are about to hear from Newport Beach Police and also the mayor of Newport Beach related to the reports of a shooting here at Fashion Island. We can confirm that one person has been killed here at the mall, but we are getting ready for the public information officers to give us some information as to exactly what took place. But I do want to point to some Air 7 video from earlier today. I could give you some background information as we wait. This all started around 4:39 this afternoon, here outside of Fashion Island. If you know this area, there is an area where Barnes & Noble and Whole Foods are at. In this area, we got information that there was reports of a possible shooting. Here, I'm going to toss it over now to Sergeant Oberon, who's given us an update as to what took place here at Fashion Island.
Today at about 3:30 in the afternoon, there was a couple, a husband and a wife at Barnes & Noble. They were approached by two suspects, and there was a struggle, and they were robbed. A white Toyota Camry sedan then pulled up, and the suspects tried to get into that vehicle to flee the scene. One of the suspects ran while the vehicle fled and actually struck the female victim. Subsequent to that, the male suspect that ran got back into the vehicle, at which point some rounds were fired from a handgun, and the vehicle fled the scene. Fortunately, no one was struck by any of the handgun rounds. Unfortunately and tragically, the female that was struck by the car was pronounced deceased. Newport Beach police officers then ensued once they picked up that vehicle in a pursuit which took them into LA County, I believe Cypress and LA County, and all three suspects have been captured. At this point, there's no outstanding suspects, there are no threats to the Newport Beach community, and we have a confirmed robbery.
How old was that female victim, if you mind answering that?
The female victim was approximately 69 years old.
And what kind of weapon, like what kind of pistol, like you said it was a handgun, like what kind of handgun was it?
I don't have any information on that, as it's an active investigation, and we still have several detectives and other agencies assisting with the Newport Beach Police Department to fully investigate this.
Just to clarify, it was the suspects you believe were shooting off the rounds from the gun?
One of the suspects, yes.
How many suspects total?
3 suspects total, and all 3 in custody.
And the victim, the 69-year-old woman?
The deceased is a 69-year-old female, yes.
Female. If anybody has any information pertaining to this incident, what's the best phone number or anyone who they can contact?
Yes, please contact the Newport Beach Police Department. If anyone that left the area and has not been contacted by a detective or a Newport Beach police officer, please contact the Newport Beach Police Department.
Was the victim trying to get in front of the car to kind of stop the vehicle, or was she trying to get away when she was ran over? Do we know what led to her unfortunately being struck by the vehicle?
There was a struggle, and at this point we believe the suspects dragged her into the street.
While in the vehicle?
Say that again?
While in the vehicle?
No. The suspects were out of the vehicle, and they drug her into the street.
I don't know.
So Steve, was she holding on to her purse? Is that what they were trying to grab?
I don't have that information at this time. They're still actively investigating it.
I don't know if you brought this up yet, but what vehicle did the suspects drive? Or what kind of make and model was it?
It was a white sedan.
Did you give a description of the suspects?
I have not. And until we confirm their identities, I can only tell you there are 3 male suspects.
Where were they arrested? Because our chopper was over the pursuit. We saw one arrested by a home, and then several dropped off along the way. Do you know where all of them were arrested by chance?
I do not. I believe one was in Cypress and the other two were in LA County.
And just quickly, I know there was a chopper overhead. Could you rehash what took place when you guys first got the call? There was reports of a robbery, right?
That's correct.
Can you walk us through what took place again? Just because their choppers were loud, just to hear that out. Sorry.
So there was a male and female, a couple, husband and wife, that were in front of Barnes and Noble. They were approached by two male suspects on foot. There was a struggle, and they were attempting to rob them. At which point, the two suspects attempted to get back into a white sedan. One of the suspects ended up fleeing on foot, firing a few rounds, and when the vehicle fled the scene, struck the female in the street, and then the third suspect got back into the vehicle, and all three fled and left in the vehicle.
And describe Newport Beach's response. Obviously, this is a very popular area visited by many families. What was the response from Newport Beach Police?
Every available officer, detective, supervisor responded to the scene, to the area, to ensure that we help everyone possible, provide any medical attention, and make sure that we ensure a complete and thorough investigation.
How is the husband doing?
I don't have an update on the husband. I was told that he did not have any injuries, or at least any visible injuries.
So the victim was struck by a vehicle, not hit by a gunshot.
That's correct.
The shots were fired like at the couple?
That I don't know.
How many rounds were fired?
I don't know. Multiple rounds were fired. I don't have an exact number.
And the shopping plaza, is it closed to the public, or are there still people shopping here? Like, what's closed, what's open right now?
I believe this whole east side of Fashion Island is closed off for the investigation. So wherever there is not yellow police tape, that would be up to Fashion Island if they want to allow people to. But I believe it's open at this time.
Can we have your name and title, please, sir?
Steve Oberon, and I'm a sergeant in PIO, Newport Beach Police Department.
Thank you, sir.
And Will, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Mayor, yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, Steve, Oberon, Oberon.
And I'm Will O'Neill, O''Neill, Mayor of the City of Newport Beach.
Mayor, do you have anything you want to say on camera or no?
Oh yeah. Newport Beach is a safe community, and we're mourning the loss of someone today, a loss that never should have happened. Frankly, to hell with these guys. They came into our city knowing that they were going to commit crime, and a woman is dead today because of it. It's heartbreaking. It's a tragedy. I am so thankful for our overwhelming and immediate police response. I am so thankful for all of the other agencies that got involved on this to help us all the way up to Los Angeles to catch these creeps. But these are thugs, and every community is now dealing with this. We have to do better as a society because we cannot tolerate this. And so I just want to say again, thank you so much to our law enforcement community for catching them. And now it's on to the investigation, and it'll be on to prosecution. But none of that brings her back, and that's not okay.
What's your question for both of you? Same question. What's your message to shoppers who plan to continue shopping today? We'll be here tomorrow through the summer.
Fashion Island does not experience crime like this. It just doesn't. They have phenomenal security. Newport Beach Police Department is second to none, frankly. This is a staggering, stunning act that just doesn't happen here. So I can guarantee you that our friends at Fashion Island are going to be stepping up their security, stepping up their approach to this. And frankly, I would have no problem coming back here with my family.
Mayor, do you know if the victim is a local resident of Newport Beach?
Because it's a victim and we haven't identified her yet, I'm not going to answer that one. Sorry.
Sergeant, I don't know you brought this up, but were these suspects based out of Orange County, or were they came from Los Angeles County into Orange County to commit crime?
It's still an active investigation, and I do not have that information yet.
Sergeant, we're dealing with a time where we're seeing smash and grab robberies at malls and stores. We see this is not the first mall robbery we've seen of a person, and sadly it's turned into yet another tragedy. Is it frustrating for you in law enforcement to continue to see stuff like this happen?
It's very frustrating. It's very sad when someone is injured, or in this case deceased as a result of a crime. and we just do our best. Officers are very vigilant here in Newport Beach, and we do everything that we can to ensure the safety of the community and prevent crime.
When you said she was being dragged by the suspects, or they were trying to drag her, were they trying to drag her into the vehicle or just into a more open area to take her belongings?
I don't know. That'll come out in the investigation.
What kind of charge suspect is this?
What kind of charge?
Yeah.
Right now we have a 211, which is a robbery, and there'd be some aspect of murder.
Fashion Island as we get an update from Newport Beach Police related to this robbery that turned deadly here at Fashion Island. We did get some more confirmation as to exactly what took place. A couple was leaving the mall, leaving Barnes & Noble, and unfortunately they were targeted by suspects who tried to rob them. That led to a shooting, or one of these suspects firing their weapon. Luckily no one was hurt, but in that process the female victim, she was dragged in front, or was dragged into the parking lot area where she was unfortunately struck by the vehicle of these fleeing suspects. But these suspects have been caught in LA County after a pursuit. We're going to try to gather more information as to that. But as you heard from the mayor, very upset, very strong words to the community and to the public that they will not tolerate something like this taking place in this community. We'll have more information on this as soon as we get it. But for now, reporting live from Newport Beach, David Gonzalez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel, and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.